In the cold, clinical darkness of the research facility, Dr. Emily Cole stood before a bank of screens, her eyes fixed on the erratic lines of data flashing across them. Subject 7, a man known only as Nick, was strapped to a chair in the adjoining room. His eyes darted wildly, pupils dilated as if he were searching for an escape in the sterile white walls. Daniel Harper, a young technician, watched from the corner of the room, the terror in his eyes reflecting the chaos unfolding on the monitors. Emily's lips formed a thin, determined line as she nodded to Dr. Lisa Raines, who stood at the control panel. They believed in the promise of their mind control project, a future where crime and mental illness could be tamed by the device now clasped around Nick's head. But in Nick's eyes, there was something else, a rage that couldn't be quenched. Seconds felt like hours as the team watched in horror as the lines on the brainwave monitor spiked violently. Nick began thrashing against his restraints, a guttural growl emanating from deep within him. In a horrifying burst of strength, he snapped the bonds that held him and lunged at Daniel. The screen went black, the last sound a blood-curdling scream. The following day, Dr. Cole presented a sterilized version of their project to government officials, her tone polished, her eyes betraying none of the previous night's horrors. Agent Sarah Collins sat in the audience, her gaze fixed and questioning. Dr. Ryan Parker's unease was palpable as he voiced measured concerns about the ethical implications. But Lisa Raines' ambition overshadowed all warnings. She was set on pushing the human trials forward, blind to the dangers ahead. The first human test with Nick appeared promising, but the night brought unsettling signs. Daniel noticed Nick talking to himself, his agitation increasingly evident. When he tried to warn Emily, his fears were dismissed as mere transitional confusion. It wasn't until the following test that Nick's aggression surfaced in full force. His violent outbursts shattered any illusion of control. The device intended to suppress violence only intensified it, and as the malfunctions worsened, Nick's escape from his cell set off a nightmare. Agent Collins' arrival marked a futile attempt to regain control. Armed security and lockdowns couldn't subdue Nick's rage. As he moved through the facility, his wrath was lethal. Desperation filled the hallways as Dr. Cole and Lisa faced the monstrous reality they had unleashed. In a secluded lab, Lisa's true intentions emerged. Her fixation on the device's potential as a weapon, a tool for domination, clashed with Emily's ethical regrets. Their argument was cut short by Nick's ruptured path of destruction.